Hello everyone, welcome to my Pokemon Black Eeveelock. It's a little bit weird to say because I usually have longer titles for these, like Randomizer, Super, Omega, Ultra, Nuzlocke. No, this is just the Eeveelock. I've got a save file here. That is because, let me save state real quickly here. I've already prepared a save file with, as you can see in a second, an entirely, well, not a full box, but an entire box with every eeveelution and Eevee in it. Everyone's gotten one move, which is Stab. These are not the normal movesets at all, but I kind of like just did this and then opened a box and figured that they didn't have any moves. And I figured, well, let's differentiate between them a little bit and give them different type moves, which are Stab. So they're not all the same for the first like 2 or so gyms. But we're going to go through the first part of the game first, which is the first battle, getting your starter. I mean, I'll discard my starter as soon as possible. Going through the first route, I had to skip all of that and go to the first Pokemon Center to check whether or not the eeveelutions actually were in the box. Because it would have been a little bit awkward if I prepared all of this and then I wanted to swap out for the Eevee team and they weren't there. That happened the first time around, so this is a little bit of an awkward way of doing it, but it's the only proper way of doing it, as far as I'm aware. So, for those of you who don't know what an Eeveelock is, I don't blame you, because it's something that's not done very often. And as I figured out during my last Let's Play, it's been over 4 years since I last did an Eeveelock of Pokemon Red. So this is an Eeveelock of Pokemon Black. It sounds kind of similar to Red, Black. No, it really doesn't actually. Anyhow, I skipped a couple of generations. I might go back and do an Eeveelock on Pokemon Emerald and that kind of thing. But for now, it just felt like playing Pokemon Black because it's a fun game. It's that easy. So, it's really easy actually. An Eeveelock is kind of like a way to learn to talk apparently. It's kind of like an elimination log, where you get a set amount of Pokemon at the start of the game, and if they survive, they survive, if they die, but you can't catch anything new. Now, as it turns out, eeveelutions are decent to good Pokemon. So this shouldn't be too difficult. In my last Eeveelock, I think I only lost Flareon, and I didn't have Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, and Glaceon back then. Now I do. I've actually got more eeveelutions than I know what to do with, because they can't all fit in my party. As a little bit of a balancing thing because of that, I'm going to introduce a rule where I have to remain with at least Eevee in my party at all times. I can swap out the other 5 slots in my party with any eeveelution at any time I want, but Eevee's got to stay in the party. And I might just like go back on this idea, but I think I'll actually tie like my life to Eevee, meaning that if Eevee dies, I'll lose. Maybe that's a little bit too harsh and I'll go back on that. It doesn't really matter what. Does it? I mean, technically speaking, it matters because now my rival has a different Pokemon, and maybe it was not a bad idea to pick Tapu here because now it's going to have Oshawott. And I think Oshawott is actually a pretty good Pokemon to be up against because I've got Jolteon and Leafeon for that. If he had Tapic, I would only have Vaporeon, which isn't offensively powerful. And he would be strong against Leafeon and Glaceon. If he would have picked Snivy, or Snivy, what the hell, I would have had Flareon and Glaceon. So it doesn't really matter, as long as he doesn't have Tapic, I think I'm good. And he doesn't have Tapic because I've got Tapic. So that's the rules pretty much. Nothing more to it. The overlay isn't going to change very much throughout this Let's Play, hopefully, because I'm only going to change it when one of my eeveelutions dies, and they're all on here. I'm not going to have team previews, I'm just going to have all of them all together on here. On the bottom are the eeveelutions. On the right hand side we've got, I don't know, the logo I made in like 3 seconds literally for this series, so I think we'll manage. I think we'll have a fun time, and I think we might just die in the second episode again, because that's what I did last time in a Nuzlocke. Was it the second or was it the third episode? I think it might have been the third episode actually. I lost the Pokemon Emerald Total Ultimate Super Mega Randomizer thing. I'm thinking maybe I should have done this in a randomizer too, but you know what? Okay, so if I actually manage to defeat the Elite Four, win this Eeveelock, I'll go do something else. Probably like, I don't know, some Mario game or something stupid like that. Then I'll come back with another Eeveelock in like 2 or 3 Let's Plays, and I'll do, or maybe right after this. I doubt it though, because I do want to keep a little bit of change in what series I'm doing. Like, I did that very short Nuzlocke, and then I went into Kingdom Hearts, which was 13 episodes, and then now I'm doing Eeveelock, and then afterwards I don't know what I'll be doing. Maybe I'll be doing a Pokemon spin-off game, because I haven't done that in a long time either. Not Mystery Dungeon though. Absolutely not Mystery Dungeon. Those Let's Plays I've done, they take way too long, and they're way too story-based, and I'm not about that. I'm not about reading a lot. So maybe Pokemon Snap? Pokemon Snap seems decent. We'll see when we get to that though. If I actually end up winning this, I might actually do a Eeveelock randomizer next. Or maybe some other kind of Nuzlocke variant. I do like the idea of an Eeveelock though. I mean, maybe I'll have to invent something else. Maybe I'll have to do a starter lock or something stupid like that, where I only start with the 3 starters of the game. Or maybe a Pokemon Yellow starter lock, where I can only use Pikachu and the 3 starters I get throughout the game. That's actually very, very good. That's a very good idea. If anybody wants to do that, please like message me, comment down below, tweet me. I probably won't see it for another like 4 months because I never use Twitter. Join Discord and tell me there. I mean, I check Discord pretty much daily, so that would be a way to quickly get a message to me. Because I would really like to see a starter lock. I don't know if it's ever been done, and especially in the Pokemon Yellow sense, where you only start with Pikachu and then when you get Bulbasaur and Squirtle. Wow, it's been a long time since I played Pokemon. And Charmander. I do know the names, I just wasn't sure whether I already had said Charmander or Bulbasaur. Those 3 Pokemon, and of course they evolve and they become Charizard and Venusaur and Blastoise and that kind of stuff. And of course Pikachu doesn't evolve. Maybe that's a fun idea to do in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I mean, I don't have a Switch. I might by the time it comes out though. I mean, it's gonna be released in December. It's August now, August 17th? August 18th actually. Wait a second. Okay, it's Saturday. For a second I thought it's Sunday. It's like, oh my god, did I just lose an entire day of my life? What happened on Saturday? It's Saturday. Relax. So maybe I'll have I probably won't have a Switch, but there is a non-zero chance that I might have a Switch by then. And at that point, I might do a Let's Play on that when it's released. I'll definitely do a Let's Play in Kingdom Hearts 3 when it's released, finally. And I think they'll release it set in like late January of 2019. I don't know what my schedule will be like by then, but I'm definitely, most definitely going to do a Let's Play of that. I probably can't live stream it because I still don't have good enough internet to live stream. It's really unstable. My internet sometimes gets up to like up and down crazy amount, like actually uploads of a couple of megabytes per second and download up to like 6 sometimes, but sometimes it just doesn't work, or for like a minute or 3 minutes at a time, or 5 minutes or something like that, and sometimes it just tanks down to like 100 kilobytes per second. Yeah, I can't live stream on that kind of internet, so sadly I can't do that, but I can do a Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts 3, and I know the Let's Play I just did on Kingdom Hearts 1 didn't go over very well as far as views go, but I just really want Kingdom Hearts 3, and I might as well just Let's Play it, because I've been looking forward to this game being released for literally like probably 10 years at this point. That might actually be... You see, people say there hasn't been a new Kingdom Hearts game since Kingdom Hearts 2. Those people dropped their phones apparently. I don't want to give a nickname to Chappy, because I'm going to get rid of him in literally like 5 or 6 minutes. What was I talking about? Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, those people don't really know what they're talking about though, because there hasn't been a Kingdom Hearts game in a long time. I mean, we've had 1.5 and then 2.5 and then 2.8, which technically speaking had 0.2, but let's be honest, that's not really a new Kingdom Hearts game, because that's literally like a world, maybe a world and a half worth of content. And then there's the 1.5 plus 2.5 HD. That's 4 releases, 1 release a year, that hasn't had any actual new content. And of course, Kingdom Hearts Key, it doesn't really count either. So it's been a while since there's been new Kingdom Hearts content. 3D really was the last time we got anything new. So Kingdom Hearts 3 is kind of like, it's due to be released. And between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3D, there's actually been quite a lot of things coming out. Like, legitimately, pretty much an insane amount. I mean, I think Days was released after 2, and of course Coded and Recoded were released after 2, and then there's Dream Drop Distance, which was released after 2. Birth by Sleep was released after 2. That's a game I easily forget was released after 2 and not between 1 and 2. So there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts content, and actually some of the best and some of the worst of the Kingdom Hearts content was released after 2. Of course, 2 being the best up until now. It's gonna have that title for a couple more months, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 is hopefully going to take it. But why the hell am I talking about a Kingdom Hearts related stuff in a Pokemon Let's Play? Frankly, because I'm just trying to fill up time until we get our Eevee party, so I can talk a little bit about the game yet. Wow, my buttons on my controller are very loud suddenly. Have they always been this loud? I don't know. I usually don't really pay attention to them, since when I'm playing I'm usually not recording audio, but they're very loud. Do you think you can buy controllers which are advertised as more quiet, like Let's Play specific controllers? That's gotta be a thing, right? And if it's not, that's a really good Kickstarter idea. Just raise like $1 million and then disappear and say, just use something on your microphone to make it pick up less sound from below. Literally, it would be as easy as just putting some cloth under your microphone, and probably would mute most of the sound coming from these buttons. I mean, literally, we can try this actually. I'll just pick up a t-shirt. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. But does this make any difference in the amount of sound that gets through to the microphone? It actually makes a little bit of difference. Not as much as I would have hoped, but it actually, my audio waveforms and my audio meter actually did different things with and without the shirt, which is to be expected, I suppose, a little bit. But it actually made more of a difference than I would think, because I don't even know if you guys can hear the clicks over the game audio. If you can't, that's a little bit awkward, but listen to this, right? That gets to about minus 27 dB for anybody who gives a shit about that. Then I do this. That gets to about minus 33, so it's a little bit better. It's not noticeably better, probably. And then again, as I said, you guys probably can't even hear it over the game audio, because after I denoise, that might actually go down a couple of dB, and the game audio is somewhere around like probably minus 20 to 25, so it's a lot louder than the clicks, and my voice is over it, and there's a really good chance that you can't even hear it. So the last like couple of minutes was pretty useless of me talking, but isn't that the whole point of doing Let's Plays? Wait a second. The A and B buttons are louder. This is a really weird episode. Don't pay attention to me. The A and B buttons on my controller are much louder than the X and Y buttons. They're the same kind of buttons. I mean, Oh yeah, there's a turbo mode on one of my shoulder buttons. You see the shoulder buttons and the triggers and the D-pad making different sounds all makes perfect sense. They're differently shaped and differently structured buttons, but A, B and X and Y, they're the same kind of buttons really, so why do they make different amount of sound? Is it just because I mash A and B so much more so they're starting to break and that's why they're making sound? I really don't hope so, because I quite enjoy this controller and I don't really want to buy a new one. I mean, it's just an Xbox controller, so really just buying a new one wouldn't be that big a deal. But wait a second, where's my running shoes? Don't you start again with running shoes? I'm gonna have to Google this. If I miss out on the running shoes somehow, I'm gonna be so mad because I love the running shoes. And if I didn't miss out on them, I really kind of want to know where I get them. So while this conversation is going on, Pokemon Black. Yeah, Pokemon Black, that's the game I'm playing. Running shoes, it's one of the suggested things. Where can I find the running shoes? Pokemon Black version answers for DS. You get the running shoes by entering Route 2. Your mom will give you a call, then will appear behind you with the running shoes. Okay, so I'll get it shortly. Talking about getting things shortly, we're about to get another tutorial. You know what? This tutorial doesn't really do it for me, so there we go. We're at the computer. Welcome everybody to the actual start of the Let's Play Pokemon Black Eeveelock. We're going to move some Pokemon around. First of all, Eevee. You're going into the party and you're not leaving until you're dead. Tapig. You're going into box 8, never to be seen again. So, what's next? We picked Tapig as our starter, also in this save file where I made the save state, so that's still good. Which means that we are strong against grass, weak against water. So the first gym will have the water monkey, I don't know its name, but the water monkey starter. So that means we definitely want either Jolteon or Leafeon in our party. And other than that, I think they only have normal types. So the second gym is... I cannot remember. So I'll have to go look it up. I think I'll probably just take Vaporeon, Flareon, Jolteon, and then probably Umbreon and Glaceon. That seems like a good fit, but let me see. Pokemon Black. It's been a really long time since I played Pokemon Black, so I don't know the gyms at the top of my head. The older games I have played so many times, I know them. Pokemon Black I've only played about 5 times. So I need to look this up real quickly. Pokemon Black gyms. Cerebi, that's a good site for that. Black and white gyms. The first gym is, yeah, it's just a Lillipup and one of the monkeys. The second gym is a normal type gym, so it doesn't really matter too much. The third gym, however, is the bug type gym. That's the one I was thinking about. And then we get electric. And by that time, let's firstly see whether or not we get there. So, Flareon is the first type advantage, together with either Jolteon or Leafeon. Let's take Flareon at any rate, because Flareon is just a good Pokemon altogether. Vaporeon is a good tank, and we're gonna need it for things like Surf. Jolteon is going to be very useful against the first gym, and altogether just a good special attacker. So we've got a good physical attacker now. I did give them proper natures, by the way. I looked up what natures I wanted for them. So let's go into summary, see if I'm right about this. Let's see, we've got a physical attacker. We've got a bit of a tank here. It doesn't have a lot of... Actually, he's got a shit ton of HP, holy hell. Comparatively, I mean, of course. And then we've got a special attacker. So I think Umbreon. Do we really want another tank? Because Umbreon is definitely another tank, but I think we do. I want to compare Umbreon and Vaporeon's defense stats real quickly, and of course their HP as well, but mostly the defensive stats. So that's 11 for physical and 14 for special, and 17 for special, and holy hell, you've got a lot more defense. Not as much HP, granted, but I think defensively you're a lot better. You can't do anything properly as far as attacking goes, though. And Vaporeon actually has the same special attack as Jolteon, I see now. So I'm just going to probably go with Glaceon. But let's just check the stats. Physical attack, physical defense is about the same. Special attack is much higher. I'm probably gonna go with Leafeon, because I only have Flareon as a physical attacker. And our rival has a water type, so having 2 Pokemon that can deal with water types is a very good idea as well. So yeah, that's gonna be our team for right now. I might switch out things a little bit, and maybe I only will switch out when somebody dies. I guess we'll just see. But our team for right now consists of Eevee. With the move Tackle, Flareon with the move Amber, Vaporeon with the move Water Gun, Jolteon with the move Thundershock, Umbreon with the move Knock Off, and Leafeon with the move Vine Whip. That's going to be our team for the time being. Let's actually not end of this episode quite yet. Let's do the rest of the city and get the running shoes, and then end of the episode as a starter to our new adventure. I'm not going to read the dialogue because I just explained to you I'm not much of a reader. I don't like to read too much, and even though this is by far the most interesting story in any Pokemon game ever, including Pokemon Sun and Moon, because Sun and Moon, they tried, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon tried even harder to make a compelling and interesting story and an interesting world again, but they just kind of didn't, to be honest. It's just, in this game it's interesting to see and read the character developments and the plot progression and just plot. There's an actual plot twist here, and being part of Team Plasma, spoilers. In Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it just kind of drags out a little bit. Like, you see here, we've got this entire expansive story in this world, and I'm just like, yeah, but I just kind of want to punch other people's animals in the face. Please just let me do that. I don't really care for your Necrozma stuff. I mean, I like the Necrozma boss fight. I think it's legitimately one of the best fights in any Pokemon game ever. Because they actually managed... At the same time, it's the best and the worst, actually. They actually managed to make a boss fight, which isn't a trainer with 6 decently powerful Pokemon. They managed to make one powerful Pokemon, which you have to use your entire team to take down. Either that, or you just... Probably, you will just cheese it, and... I think I used Leech Life, or something like that, to kill it. I do remember cheesing it. I don't know how I did it, but I remember cheesing the hell out of it. And of course, there's also things like Destiny Bond and stuff, which might work on it. I totally forgot we had to fight Anne. There you go. But, what is its name? It's Necrozma. It's Ultra Necrozma, is that it? I don't know. Mega Necrozma? Is it just Mega? No, it's not Mega. Megas were a generation before that. I've been a little out of touch, to say the very least. I'm going to just stay in with Eevee for one turn, and then notice my opponent is 2 levels higher, and switch the hell out from Eevee. Let me hear the voice of your Pokemon. I don't know, man. That sounds a little weird. Purloin, don't know your stats, so I'm just going to go into Jolteon. For the simple reason, I'm going to use Jolteon in the first gym. So I want to have him get a little bit of experience before then. I think I'm going to keep Eevee at the front of my party for a very, very simple reason. And that's, if he's going to be in my party and he's going to be my lifeline for the entire series, I might want him to get a little bit of experience. As soon as I get the EXP share, it's going on Eevee. It will prohibit me from easily grinding up other Pokemon, but I think it's not as much about getting Eevee to a useful position. It's more about getting Eevee to a position where it can survive and at the same time prohibiting me from easily switch training other Pokemon. I think that makes it a little bit more difficult, and that's actually what I need in this, because I think an Eeveelock might actually be in some ways easier than a normal Nuzlocke. It might not be. I might just be talking shit here, but I think the Eeveelutions are pretty good Pokemon and are pretty well balanced, as you could just see. I've got a physical attack, I've got 2 physical attackers, I've got Vaporeon, which is a little bit all around, and then I've got 2 special attackers, and I've got, or 1 special attacker, I don't know, and I've got a real tank in Umbreon. And then I've got a frail little useless thing that's Eevee. That's just the center of the entire thing. I really wanted to do an Eeveelock on one of the newer games with Sylveon in it as well, and I might do that at some point as well. There's so many things I want to do with this Eeveelock, because it's a thing that's not very well explored yet, and I honestly just think it's a very interesting concept. A thematic elimination lock, that's pretty much what it is. It's a Eevee-themed elimination lock, and as I said before in this episode, you can do a starter-themed one. You can... I mean... There's people who do monologues, which is just build a team out of... well, you can do a monologue in 2 different ways. An elimination style and a Nuzlocke style, where you can only catch certain types of Pokemon, or you build your team out of a certain type of Pokemon and then do an elimination log style. There's so many different variations of this elimination log theme. It's very interesting to play around with it a little bit. And I think elimination log variants are not explored as much as normal Nuzlocke variants. So we're gonna get the shoes here, finally. Oh, I'm called A. I kind of forgot about the fact that I wasn't called Vlogger. Because I just did this kind of quickly and then made this save file. I didn't think about the fact that my name would be as I did in the first save file and not as I did in the beginning of this episode. So we're just going to be called A. I think it's 6 A's or 7, maybe? I don't know. All I know is that I've got the running shoes now, so that is a very, very good end for this episode. Until the next time though, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed the video and you like the concept of this Eeveelock. Next time we'll be back fighting a couple of trainers and hopefully not losing any of our team members quite yet. Until the next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.